Now, after the steps are described in the previous slide for the first 2 years, you will be very comfortable with interacting on 3 key platforms: Google Scholar Profiles, LinkedIn, and ResearchGate. If that's sufficient for you, feel absolutely free to stop there. But if you find you're starting to like using social media to build your research reputation, what else can you do? Well, I would suggest that maybe you start to do guest blogging, maybe once or twice a year. The first time you write a blog post, it might take you 4 to 6 hours, or maybe even a full day. So if your time is limited, you wouldn't want to do this more than once a year. But the more you write, the quicker the process will be. So you might end up posting a few times a year, or even a bit more frequently. Then another option would be to open a Twitter account. I can get quite a lot of academic news through Twitter these days, including relevant new papers in my field, special issues, conferences, or new developments in the area of research evaluation or open science. And remember, you can follow professional organizations and conferences and journals as well as individuals. And of course, you can also follow organizations and people outside academia, which is great for external engagement and impact. Remember, you don't need to be glued to your Twitter feed. In fact, I would strongly recommend you switch off notifications. You just log in once a week and check the Twitter accounts of some key organizations and individuals you are following. Now, if you like, you can react to some tweets of others. You can like them, you can retweet them, or occasionally send a tweet yourself with an article or a blog post you found interesting, or announcing a new paper by yourself. But you don't have to do that. You can also use Twitter purely for information gathering. Obviously, that won't help you to build a research reputation, but only actively engage with Twitter if it serves you. You don't have to do it. There are 2 linked blog posts which will give you more information about Twitter and blogging. Then after a while you find you're starting to really like doing this, you can always start to engage a bit more intensively. You could start to do regular blogging or start your own blog. You could start using Twitter more actively, or have multiple accounts for multiple purposes. Maybe one for yourself, one for your research cluster you're involved in. You could comment on LinkedIn updates of others more frequently. You could regularly share articles or posts on LinkedIn yourself, but that's all up to you. And remember, this is not a once and forever choice. Feel free to take a break from social media for a few weeks or even a few months if your work is really busy. Or if you just want to hide in your own little world for a while. We all have periods like that, so nothing is compulsory. Your social media engagement should really be meaningful to you, even more so than when using social media privately. When using it professional, it should be purposeful. Make it work for you. Don't let yourself be driven by these platforms.